Hello guys, back again with Sweaty Grace here. So today is the day for women to rise and shine. Even if it's not a woman's day, cheer up ladies, because we're going to create this twisted stunning looking mascara from a well-known brand called Friends with Benefit. In this tutorial we'll do something different, which is using geometry nodes, but we still do simple modeling, texturing and creating hair particles for the brush. Alright, before we start, please consider subscribing to this channel to support, and you guys could become a member on my Ko-Fi page to get access to all of my models that I have created here, including the artwork. Or a simple follow will mean a lot too, and let's begin the twisting. First of all, we delete all the objects on the viewports, and then move to the front view. Hit Shift+A, then add image reference, and place the image that you guys can download, including the textures too, link on the descriptions. Move to image properties and decrease the opacity, opa in the city. Press G, then X to move the image on the X-axis and place it on the center. Not to be perfect here, we just want to trace the edge of it, so don't worry. Add a circle with the default vertices, then press Tab to go to edit mode. Press S to scale, then type 0.3 to make it smaller. Move to the top view, then select a vertex with 3 spaces on them, which are 8 vertices total. Scale the vertex smaller a little bit, then select the center vertex from the 3 spaces with the same amount. Scale out the vertex to make the shape looks organic and rounded like a flower. Next, we press A to select all the vertices, then move it up on the Z-axis into the battle connections. Press E to extrude the vertex up on the Z-axis, but leave some space for the top cap there. Press Tab again to back to object mode, then hit Shift+S and select origins to geometry. Hit Shift+D to duplicate the cylinder and place it at the bottom for the battle body. Adjust the vertex manually to fill the gap between the connections and move the bottom vertex to fill the reference. Hit Alt+Z to turn on X-ray view, so we could select the back vertices too, and like before, we set the origins to geometry. Move the reference a little bit away for now, then move to the window corner here until the cursor changes to plus symbol and split the viewport. Set the second viewport to geometry node editor and select the cap. Press plus new to add a new geo node and zoom it a little bit. Hit Shift+A to add a new node and search for subdivision surface, then place it on the connections. Add a new node again and search for set positions, then place it after the subdivisions. Add a set shade smooth node and place it before the output to make the shape smoother. Pull out the position input, then connect it to vector rotate node, and now the cap is gone. Pull the vector input and add position node to bring back the mesh. Duplicate the position node and place it around here. Pull that output out and search for separate XYZ node. Pull the Z-axis out, then connect it to map range node, then connect the results to the angel input. Now we have created a twisting behavior node. So why do I use geometry nodes and not using a twist deform modifier? The twist deform modifier in Blender is limited. It's useful for specific occasions, but it cannot do crazy twisting. So why is it called a simple deform, not a complicated deform? Back to the geometry node and increase the subdivision level to 2. Then add a loop cut vertically on the cap by pressing Ctrl+R. Increase the cuts to 9 by scrolling up the middle mouse button. Add 2 cuts close to the tips to support the subdivisions for the bottom and for the top. Do the same works on the battle body too, the only difference is we put 11 cuts there. Back to the cap and back to the geo nodes. Here on the map range, we can create a crazy twisting by adjusting the value on it. So for an example, I set to max value to 15, and if I change the value on the from min or max, the shape is changing. So from min value is to control where the twist starting from the bottom, and from max is the opposite. Then to min value is to control how much twist on the bottom, and to max is for the top. I hope you guys understand, and let's undo all of this value. I have set the exact value for this, so you guys can copy the value here if you follow me correctly from the start. First we change linear to smooth steps, then set from max value to 7.5, set from min to 0.75, to min to negative 80, and to max to 15.5. That's it guys. Now we have created the twist shapes that looks close to the reference. For the battle body, we add a new modifier and select geometry nodes. Unfold this icon here and set it to geometry nodes. Click this folder icon at the top to duplicate the nodes, and now we can adjust the different values for the body. Set from min to 0.45, from max to 1.9, to min to 6.25, and lift to max value. Here we can adjust to min value by holding shift to perfectly connect the twister from the body to the cap. But here on the reference the twister is facing to the left. Oh no, what should we do? It's a simple answer. We just set the z-axis value on the vector rotate to negative 1, and that's it, super simple. Now we can close the geonode window and go back to the body. Select a circle loop here when the twist ends, then right click, loop tools, and circle. Turn on loop tools add-on in your Blender preference to use these features. When it's still selected, we press U and mark sim for UV and wrap it later. Select all the circle loops all the way to the bottom, then circle it again as same as before. Now we select this loop here, the second from the bottom, and mark its sim. Move to the back view, then we select the middle vertical edge to slice the UV. Move the image reference back to the mesh and trace the bottom battle body by pressing E, Z to extrude it down and S to scale it in 2 times. Then we press F to fill the hollow faces and press I to insert one single face there. Do the same labor at the battle cap, but we circle it with loop tools. Let's create the inner battle and focus on the cap first. Select the battle body and press H to hide it. Select the loop edge at the bottom cap, then we do the ES combo, E to extrude and S to scale it in twice, and circle the second loop edge. Move to the front view and extrude it to the top on the Z-axis, then fill the face with F. Hit Ctrl plus B to bevel the edge and increase the segments to 3. So here is an example. When we create more geometry on the cap, the geometry nodes will also be affected. It means the inner cap will also be twisted. Some of the Blender guys on this planet are using vertex groups to control this behavior to unaffect the inner geometry. But I have tried that and that does not work, especially when we do the twisting behavior. We also can apply the geometry nodes modifier, then align the rotations. But that is an insane destructive workflow and we will get a dense geometry with a lot of vertices in it. I particularly hate a mess with a lot of vertices like I hate my boss, because it's hard to manage. So the only way that I have discovered to fix this is by adding more loop cuts inside the inner cap with maybe around 9 cuts and beveling the sharp edge here. That will work guys. Next, unhide the body and rename all the layers, then focus on the battle body. Select the top loop edge and do the ES combo like previously. Circle the second edge loops and unhide the cap so we could trace the inner size of it. Scale it a little bit, then extrude it up with a small touch. ES combo again and extrude it up but with a higher size. Now we select these 3 sharp edges here and bevel it with 2 segments, then add 4 cuts on the neck. Select the top circle edge, then extrude and scale it in. Move to the front view and extrude it down maybe around this far. Extrude and scale it out, then extrude it all the way down. Fill the hollow face and bevel the sharp edges. Select the inner sharp edges, which are 2 of them below the neck, and also select these 2 sharp edges on the tip. Bevel the sharp edge with 2 segments and watch out to not overlap the edges. Next, we add 5 cuts on the inner neck and 30 cuts on the inner body. Lastly, we adjust the inner cap size to fit to the neck by dissolving loop edges there and pull the top edges down. You can dissolve all the edge loops there, then pull the top geometry down and reconstruct the loop cuts once again. Let's create the bottle thread. First, select the body and select these two vertices on the middle side. The middle side, please. Back to the front view and hit Shift plus D to duplicate it. Right click to place it back, then hit P, separate by selections. Like you guys could see here, when we focus on the duplicated vertices, the shape will be also twisted, and that is because it still contains the geometry nodes data. So let's take advantage of these conditions. Now we pull the top and the bottom vertex close to the end of the next shape. Then we add 4 vertices on it by pressing Ctrl plus R to make the shape smoother. Next we open the geometry node editor again and duplicate the node. Then we can simply adjust to min and to max value on the map range nodes to create a bottle thread shape. Once you guys are satisfied with the result and it's looking sexy, apply the geometry nodes modifier. Select all the vertices by pressing A, then extrude it up on the Z-axis. Scale the vertex smaller on the Z and pull it down to make it centered. On the front view, hit Alt plus E, then pick extrude faces along normal and pull that faces out. In object mode, hit Ctrl plus 2 to add 2-level subdivisions modifier, then right click and set it smooth. Back to edit mode and add 2 vertical and horizontal cuts that close to the edge of it to sharpen the subdivisions. Select the last top vertices, then move them into the neck to hide it, and no one's gonna notice it, guys. It's okay. Do the same work for the bottom tip too, and check my bottle thread tutorial if you guys want to connect it to the neck. Next, let's create the brush stick. First, add a cylinder with 16 vertices and scale it smaller. Move the cylinder in object mode while holding Ctrl to the reference to snap it to the grid. This is super important, guys, to place the brush to the cap later, so note it. Wiggle the reference image to fit to the centers of the cylinder and scale the cylinders to its size. Move the bottom vertices down a little bit and pull the top vertices to here. Extrude it one more time and scale it down. Bevel the top circle with 2 segments, then bevel the middle with 1 segment, and add 3 loop cuts close to the beveled edges. Add 7 cuts on the stick and bevel the bottom edges with 3 segments. In object mode, subdivide it and set it smooth. We can dissolve one of the top edges here to make the shape rounded. Next, for the brush, we add a circle with default vertices and scale it down really small, maybe to around 0.04 meters. Select one vertex on the left and hit Ctrl plus I to invert the selections. Now we hit X and delete the vertices. On the front view, extrude the vertices 1 grid up, then add screw modifier on the generate sections. Set the step value to 5 and the screw to 0.1 meters, then set the iterations to 9. Move and put the brush mesh to its place by holding Ctrl, then move to particle system properties here with a chicken leg symbol. Click plus new to add a new particle system and set the modes to hair. Set the hair length to 1.3, and now we cannot see the hair because we need to apply the screw modifier first. Back to the hair particle and set the segments to 2. Then on the lens, put 0.30 there. Sorry guys, my mistake. Unfold source and set the emit from vertices. Unfold render, then set the steps to 1 and do the same value on the viewport display too. Open up children and set it to interpolated. Set the render amount to 10 because we just need a tiny little wiggly hair on this. Next we unfold clamping, then set the clamp value to -1 and the shape to -0.15. Open up the roughness, then set uniform to 0.025 and 0.201 and random to 0.02. Unfold hair shape, then set the strand shape to -1, diameter root to 0.1 and the tip to 0.5. One last thing, we need to uncheck the show emitter on the render and the viewport displays too. That's it guys. This is my personal preference though, and you could adjust the value by yourself too if you want. So for this tutorial, I will use a simple cylinder shapes on the brush stick because it will be too long if I create the braided one. So if you guys are curious about that, check my other mascara tutorial on my channel. This is a really simple shape guys, the work is the same when we create the stick. You can duplicate the sticks too and scale it down to make your work more easier. Select the body and the thread, then move it away for now. Then we select all the brush mesh, rotate it and place it on the cap. Congratulations guys, you now have done the modeling. But there will be more stuff coming the way, so let's continue this tutorial together. For texturings, I set the renders to cycles and the device to GPU. We can use optics for denoisers too for a quick rendering. Like always, I use Easy HDRI add-on here for a quick preview, and let's move to the shading tab. Select the body and click plus new to add a material. Then I change the name to plastic body here. Change the color to black and the roughness to 0.2. Set the IOR to 1.46. Next, we select all the mesh on the viewport and select the body as the last selected. Then hit Ctrl plus L and pick link material. Select the body again, then duplicate the material and change the names too. Move the BSDF node away and add image textures node. Add mix shaders node and place it on the connections. Change repeats to extents on the image textures. Then click open and look for the designs that you have been downloaded guys. Connect color to fact and add invert color after it. Duplicate the BSDF node and connect it to the second shader slot. Change the color to red pink and unwrap the body to see the transformations. To unwrap it, we select all the edges, then press U and choose unwrap angel base. Move to the UV editing tab and open face orientations on the viewport overlays at the top here. Select all the red mesh, then hit Alt plus N and choose flip to flip the normal. Unwrap the battle body again if you have previously moved the UV map. If not, it's okay and ready to go. On the UV window, select all the circle maps and move it away from the design. Select the square map, then move, rotate and place it a little bit to the right because the body is twisted. For the icing on top, back to the layout window and select the higher brush mesh. Add a simple deform modifier that is located on the deform sections. Move the simple deform up before the particle system, then set the axis to Y and the mode to bend. Do the same work on the hair brush stick mesh and set the geometry origin as the same as the hair brush. Please subscribe to this channel if you mind and hit the like button if you think this tutorial helped you. Don't forget to share it with your friends too because sharing is caring. Thank you for my monthly supporters on Ko-Fi, which are Massimo, Vincent, Sux, D4D and C4D. Thanks. Thank you to all of you guys who watched this far. I hope you guys are well and I'll see you in the next creations.